What's up, Pickle Peeps? Okay, welcome to day 10 of the 100K sprint. I don't know why I'm tracking days and, well, no, we're tracking days and dollars. It's all good. Okay, whatever. Moral of today, just keep swimming. Just keep moving. So let's get into this. Let's start it with the quick and simples, and then I'm going to finish up from yesterday because today I have like 20 minutes available on this video, which means we're going to knock it down to 5, right? Oh yeah. Okay, so numbers, finished yesterday's story, tell you about today. Good plan? Let's do it. So, first off, anyone join my email list? No. Have I done a good job promoting my email list? No. Is that a big problem? Yes. We'll get there. Once MIFGE launches, the whole goals of MIFGE are email list and subscription boxes. So that's the big goals of that, and we'll be doing a big push all week. Actually, tomorrow, the SMS, the texting push begins, and that will help on that side too. Okay, starting tomorrow, we're gonna have 3 things we count: emails, text numbers, and sales. So today, emails, goose eggs, 0. However, sales, we did better than I thought we would do, and we did $272.48. Is all of it paid in yet? No, but it's all been invoiced. So I just gotta do my best to not include it when people do pay those invoices and not like lie and inflate prices to you, which would not be purposeful, but it might happen. So I'm going to do my best not to. So $270.48, a lot more than I thought I was going to make because today was a just keep swimming day. So yesterday we did shopping, we did lots of craziness. I think by the time I made it to sleep, it was like 2 a.m. I don't want to repeat that. My goal is bed by midnight tonight. Anyway, I did a collection launch earlier in the week, and then tonight we just did our Saturday night trunk show, which is a live selling QVC style event that we do every single Saturday night. And you would think, you might make the assumption, because I know it was kind of definitely going on inside the back of my head, one of those suck voices, asshole voices, like, voice of evil, that was saying, people just bought from you on Monday. They just spent a lot of money with you on Monday. You just had a $1,300 collection launch on Monday. Do you think that same crowd still wants to buy from you tonight, Melissa? Well, the answer was yes. Like, our voice in the head wants to say no, they don't want to keep buying from you, but the answer was yes, because we did $272. Is that a $1,300 day? No, but it's more money than I would have had if I didn't do the event. If I did not do my show that was scheduled, and people know that Saturday nights, if they want to tune in, they knows that that means Metals and Pieces Live. We're doing a show, and like that's why I have this backdrop, is because it's from the show. So we did that, and it really was a stay the course. Was it my best collection ever put out? Absolutely not. My design juices are like burnt out from Monday's mega 25 design push. And what I put up tonight was definitely a lesser collection, but it still did sales. It still moved us forward towards that goal. We can get to 100K in increments of 200 because you know what? We're like $270 closer than we were yesterday, than I was this morning, than I was 2 hours ago. So, moral of today, just keep swimming. With that, I want to go back to yesterday because, like, we are all about on this channel, we are all about in the sprint massive imperfect action, which means yesterday when the video chopped off in the middle of my sentence and I didn't even realize it, did I go back and delete it and re-record a new video? No, it just went up. And we went for it, and I can finish the story today. Thank you, Donna, for reminding me and commenting, Donna, Transformational Healing by Donna, to finish that story. So I actually had to go back and watch that video again. But yesterday, we were talking about the point of no return moment. And we talked about, like, that kind of procrastination bit where you're stepping outside of your comfort zone. Usually these things are not like time delays. Like sometimes you don't want to do a promotion because maybe you need to do a photo shoot, or you need to do some new copy, or you need to refresh something. And so you put it off because you got tasks you don't want to do. that's more maintenance stuff. It's familiar tasks. You just don't want to do the action. These point of no return moments are uncomfortable. They are things that are pushing beyond your comfort zone, beyond the boundaries, beyond your current identity of who you are. So yesterday I told the story about going to do that interview, and I was petrified. So like 2 hours before I know I'm going live on Zoom with Deidre to do this interview, I'm pulling together my slides. But the funny thing happened is what I had pushed off of what was so hard for like the 2 weeks prior to that morning, I got up and I banged them out in 40 minutes. It's really, really interesting what happens in our brains when we reach this breakthrough, this point of no return moment, to where everything and like all the voices, all of the thoughts, all of like even just the physical, like you're so tense and your shoulders raise up and you're almost shaking, like you just can't do it. Everything about you is holding you back from doing this thing because it's not your current identity. It's not who you are right now. It's not anything you relate to yourself, but you know it'll help you move forward. You know what's the next step. You just got to get used to it. You just have to accept that you're doing it. But once all of that was gone, which happened with that point of no return, like I said, it was like that fire that sits somewhere between your gut and your heart, somewhere in here. It's just like, oh, okay, we're doing this. That's the point of no return. And all of a sudden, all of those things, because there is no room for them, you've been backed into the corner. Like there is no room for all of those mental objections and voices and physical, stress. The work all of a sudden is kind of easy. I don't want to say easy, but like you get through it, which we totally did with that, and went on to have a spectacular interview. I have used that slide deck many times. I actually have to revamp that slide deck for Monday. And if I don't revamp the slide deck, that'll be okay. I can still use that one, but I know a lot more now than I did then, so I probably will. But anyway, that is all that. So that is one of those things, and that was just, it's such a, goes from being a I'm weird moment to, oh, I'm empowered. That's how I operate. That's something that's a weapon I can use now, knowing that I'm not strange. I'm not weird. It's a point of no return. Like I work well under that. And I got that by talking to Paige. I mentioned her yesterday, and I mentioned she has a challenge coming up called Breakthrough the Suck. It's a free challenge. I will actually link it down below. It's on my notes. Yesterday it wasn't, but I'll go back and add the link in there too. Totally free. It's running Monday through Friday. It's going to be in the Facebook group. There'll be different times and whatnot. Paige is awesome, and doing this mindset and like working with those limiting beliefs, because often you have no clue you have a limiting belief until someone else points it out to you. I have trouble finding them on myself. But if that's something that you think you might be interested in, not just for business owners, like this is for anyone who is in a high performance or high stress situation. So Paige loves working with business owners because we like push it to the max. She likes working with high performers. But anyone who's in that high stress and looking to transition to either optimize themselves or get themselves into a different career path, life situation, and whatnot, Paige can help. So that'll be linked down below. So I talked about that, and I talked about the specific movie scene. So when I am in these points, I get a scene from Lord of the Rings in my head. Whenever I am facing these, I don't want to do it. That's not me. I don't want it. I want the result that's on the other side. I want the benefit that comes from doing it, but I don't want to actually do the thing. Like, oh, those voices are saying you can't do it. You're not good enough. You're not worthy enough. What have you done that's worthwhile? Like, how do you actually help people? Who cares? No one wants to talk to you. You talk too fast. You have too many gestures. Melissa, you're crazy. No one likes you. Like, don't. Why do you want to bother? All those things come up and like they're warring against you, right? You guys know maybe a little bit, at least a little bit of those voices. So I get the scene from Lord of the Rings whenever I'm facing that, and it's from Return of the King, and they're going to the City of the Dead. So Aragorn knows he needs the help of the dead kingdom, the betrayers, to save Minas Tirith. And everyone is like scared. There's a ghost. There's blah 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 going on in there. I should really rewatch the movie. Yay, excuses. But everyone's scared, and Aragorn squares his shoulders, goes, "I do not fear death," and marches into the cave. and then everyone else follows. But that settling, this is what we're doing. I do not fear death. And that is my mantra when I am facing things that are uncomfortable, I'm exhausted, I'm overwhelmed, I'm whatever I'm dealing with. It's that I do not fear death. And I tell you, like, I was feeling mega overwhelmed this morning. Doing much better now, but like, this morning I thought I was going to scream. So I see that one. It's the same thing when I used to do CrossFit. I used to go to a 6 a.m. CrossFit class. And I did it 4 days a week for about a year. Like, in the best shape of my life. It was awesome. I love weightlifting. And the insanity that is CrossFit. And for that one, I didn't quite have I do not fear death, but I had a different Lord of the Rings scene. It was Eowyn when they're getting ready for the charge, and she's just like, death! That was how I rolled out of bed to go to CrossFit. Anyway, okay. So, all of that, let's get into the actual wins of today beyond just keep swimming. So, I caught up on a lot of the launch orders. Those are almost finished. I have a couple more that'll go out Monday or Tuesday. I was so upset yesterday about the MIFGE plan and like phase 2 basically failing, and this is the last video that'll say phase 2. Tomorrow we move phase 3. It's like, where am I going to put it? And when you're facing these problems, the best thing to do is go to some business friends. Don't go to regular friends and family. They have no clue. Like, talk to actual business friends who know something about marketing. And if you don't have a group, if you need a group of business friends, come join us in the our Facebook group for the Pickle Peeps, or the Handmade How Home of the Pickle Peeps. That's the name of the Facebook group. We do coffee chats every Monday morning. This is the perfect place to bring that. You can talk to a group of us live, and we are very happy to help you out, or just give you that regular reassurance that's like, we can be lonely business owners and still have a community of friends. But anyway, so I talked to some of my community of friends, and we discussed, where do we put MIFGE? Because I do not want to wait until December. I do not want to put it after my 12 days of Christmas. Where can we put MIFGE? And we decided we're going to put it on Black Friday, Cyber Monday. I'm probably going to put it out for Thanksgiving, that you just did all this slaving over turkey, you deserve a free treat, which is my Wings of Fire necklace. So it's probably going to be the Thanksgiving offer that kicks off Black Friday to Cyber Monday. And the other thing we're going to do is I looked at my pricing, and the pricing that I have set right there, I kind of looked at it from a profits standpoint. It's not quite where I want it to be. Or if I plan for a 50% profit on it, then that means that I only have like $18 to work with to fill the box. And when you include shipping, like that's pretty tight in there. So as far as what I can offer people, so we're looking at, for the first 50 subscriptions, we're going to do it at this price, and then it's going to go up. So we're going to throw some urgency and scarcity on there. That was a big win. And then, of course, we did the trunk show. So even feeling burned out, emotionally burned out, dealing with the overwhelm, exhausted because I didn't get to bed until 2 a.m. I also slept until like about 9, so 7 hours I can't really complain about. But come on, 2 a.m. on daylight savings week is like 3 a.m. I don't do those hours. But we still did the trunk show, even a lackluster trunk show, and we made sales. So do the things that make sales. I'm going to repeat that one, guys. Do the things that make sales. The things that generate revenue. There's so many things in our businesses that we do, that we look at doing, that we perfectionism procrastinate on, that don't actually drive sales. Well, you know what? Trunk shows drive sales. You want to know more about it? Ask me. I have it in for you. Okay? Other personal pro, I got to put on a little bit of makeup tonight. I was already running late, so like powder, contour, lips that I'm sure is gone by now, and yeah. Didn't quite make it to lashes, but I miss my lashes. I just haven't had time. Yeah. So that was a mega win. The other mega win, and the reason that I love doing these shows on Saturday nights, is I get to have a conversation, a community conversation with at least my diehard fans. My true, like, ride or die fans come to all the trunk shows, and they're the ones who are buying from me, like, every week. I'm shocked about it still, but they do. And I am so grateful for them, and all of them become friends. But I got to start to pre-frame. Now, I should have been pre-framing for a long time, but massive imperfect action. So that becomes an excuse for a lot of things. Don't let it become an excuse, but don't let it hold you back either. Now my battery's gonna die. Yay! If it's not running out of space, it's dying battery. So we got to start priming people for text. And I straight up asked them, it's like, what would you think about having text notifications when we're about to go live for the shows, when we're about to do awesome things. Like, who gets sick of missing Facebook notifications, of buried emails, of distraction central? What if we could cut all through that and give you a text letting you know we're going live now? And unanimously, the comments started flooding in. They were so excited for that. So I am so excited to give it to them because my number's all been verified. Now I just have to set up the flow, the text flow for when they sign up, the deliverable they're going to get for signing up, which is going to lead straight into gifting week, which is phase 4. Starts Monday. And then I also need to do the emails and social to get people, let them know about text. So there we go. That is the plan. Some of that is what we'll be doing tomorrow. I'm going to be doing as much as I can tomorrow. Not planning to wake up super early, but like 7 o'clock. 7 o'clock, that's not super early, right? Because tomorrow we're also doing family stuff. And that to me is the hardest part of all of this. Is I am so all in on my business that I get so nervous about the family stuff. And I feel guilt a lot of times for taking time away from my business when we're, especially like using the excuse, but we're in Q4. This is the time to focus. But I can use that excuse anytime, every time. Q4 doesn't really matter. It's just an expression right there. But tomorrow we are doing a Krzyzczyki party. So we are making Polish cookies. They're called Krzyzczykis, angel wings. I'm going to try my best to capture some footage doing it. We're going over to my cousin's. We're going to do a big party, and we're all going to make Krzyzczyki. A couple weeks ago, we did the same thing. We had a pierogi party, and collectively, we made between 600 and 800 pierogis, if not more than that. I think we did multiple fillings for 3 or 4 different households, so we made a lot of pierogi a couple weeks ago. I don't know how many Krzyzczyki we're going to make, but I failed at getting a lot of footage from the pierogi party because I spent the bulk of the party rolling out dough. Rolling dough and then cutting the circles. So when I was doing that, I clearly was not doing video. I should just get a GoPro, stick it on my head, right? Don't tempt me, Frodo. No, my current temptation is a Stream Deck. That's a true don't tempt me, Frodo. So that is what is going on. That is all of our stuff for today. You guys have a great rest of your weekend. Please do not feel guilty if you're taking time off, if you are spending time with your family, if you are doing good, relaxing, adventurous, fun stuff. Maybe you go to the movies. I don't know. Enjoy some of your life. I was talking to my friend Regine today. I talked to Regine and Andrew. We were having a BizFit meeting. I'll have more news on that stuff. That'll be on the BizFit channel. I'll talk about it a little bit on here too. But we were talking about when you're building, you're hustling, not to make hustle a way of life, but so you can have a better future. But do remember to balance that out, that you do have a life. And we're coming into the holidays. There's a lot of joy behind just sales. So what's your vision? Or I should ask, what's your equivalent to a Krzyzczyki party? With that, I'm going to close it out. You guys have an awesome night. Stay epic. And yeah, whatever closeouts I use for this stuff. All right. Bye, everybody.